since it was revealed that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing a variation of Doctor Doom, because let's be honest, we don't actually know what he's playing, which variation of Doom, if it's a misdirection, if it's a miscast, we don't know anything. All we know is that Avengers 5 is going to be called Avengers Doomsday, and also he's going to be a pinnacle part of Avengers Secret Wars. It seems that some scoopers are trying to make out they have exclusivity of when Doctor Doom will first appear in the MCU. So as we know, the Fantastic Four movie has recently started shooting in England, literally a few days ago. It now appears that Doctor Doom will appear in a post-credit scene for the Fantastic Four movie, which pretty much makes sense. But the only problem to this rumor is, I read this on Reddit 2 years ago, and also the fact that it's set in the 60s was on Reddit 2 years ago. So everyone is re-reporting a story from a scooper. But like I said, this is an old story. It was on Reddit 2 years ago about Doctor Doom appearing in a post-credit scene. Now with the casting of Robert Downey Jr. becoming some version of Doom, we don't know if he's the infamous Iron Man or if he's God Emperor Doom. We don't actually know which variation of Doom he is. There's just a lot of people online speculating, which is great for the fandom. So that's the latest rumor going around, that Doctor Doom will appear in a post-credit scene, but saying that he was supposed to appear in a post-credit scene for Wakanda Forever. This came on Reddit 2 years ago, so people reporting it like it's breaking news. I hate to tell you things you don't want to know, but I'm going to tell you things you need to know. This is not a new rumor. It was literally on Reddit 2 years ago, and now it's just being re-reported because there's actually an actor's name to Doctor Doom. But there's also some pretty cool information about the Fantastic Four movie, inferring to Galactus. So, yo, it is freaking good, YouTube. Watch if you're new, make subscribe to never miss any Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture based content that I try to cover on a daily basis. Could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below how freaking excited are you for the potential of the Fantastic Four movie. And hopefully Marvel can actually get it right, finally. So if you are new around and make subscribe to never miss any of the content, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful days behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. All right, let's get into it. So as we know, this past weekend at Comic-Con, there was a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not going to be that stupid to put it in this video, but it is on TikTok. It's all over the place, and you can see Galactus. And Galactus looks the same height as a literal building or a skyscraper. Galactus doesn't look big enough to eat planets. So is the Galactus in this universe gonna be eating universes instead of eating planets? Very interesting. So as we know, information can never be taken as 100% because this is just a rumor. So in the Fantastic Four, first steps, Galactus will be the only version in the entire multiverse with no variants, which doesn't make sense because there is variants of Galactus. He'll be similar to American Chavez, who also has no variants in the multiverse. I mean, they could do this. I'm not saying they're going to do this, but they could do this. Now, obviously, this won't be the first time we've seen Galactus in live action, but hopefully this is the first time they get it right. So not only do we know we're 100% getting Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday, we could be getting Doom in a post-credit scene courtesy of Reddit 2 years ago. I don't care what Scoop said it. Let's be honest, it's been on the internet. You can look it up. It's been on the internet for literally 2 years about Doom appearing in the post-credit scene. In fact, Doom was actually supposed to appear in the movie as well, but the fact that it's Robert Downey Jr. means he's going to have to be getting paid a hell of a lot of money for every appearance. The rumored $100 million he's going to be making for Avengers 5 and 6 does not include cameos. So that's the thing that makes me believe maybe it might not be true. So there's obviously lots of speculation and accumulation of what's going on with Robert Downey Jr. It's misdirection, it's garbage, it's genius, it's the worst thing ever. But we don't actually even know what's going on with the character. A lot of people have been posting the infamous Iron Man stuff. But there's an article here that claims it's massive misdirection. Massive misdirection. Of course it is. They reveal something, but they don't want you to actually know what's going on. So according to this website, let's read it. During WDW's The Pro Show live stream this afternoon, Scooper WDW Pro revealed that Viggo Mortensen will play Doctor Doom alongside Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, this is just obvious. Did anyone... We're in a multiversal story, right? And everyone's now just focused on Doctor Doom, but we're part of a multiversal story. So, sure, Doctor Doom will be, like, the main villain, but Kang could still appear. No one hasn't said anything that Kang's going away. But people need to realize that there is still the imminent threat of the incursions, the timelines being erased, how this all affects the multiverse. Doom is going to be an epic god tier level threat, sure, but it's not just going to be the case of Doom comes and that's the whole storyline. There's got to be something meaningful. So there's lots of people claiming they know what's coming. So saying this Virgo actor is going to play another variation of Doom, standard, there was literally like 15 Dooms on stage during the announcement. Now this scooper, it's interesting. They like to reveal stuff, but don't like to reveal stuff. He said, I don't like to spoil films. So you're kind of spoiling this, but this is kind of obvious, and I don't really care for spoilers because you guys love them. And to tell you exactly what I heard is happening here would spoil 2 films at least. Okay, so let me get it straight. Scoopers are claiming they know the exact storyline for Avengers 5 and 6. I say Avengers 5 and 6 because it's faster than saying Doomsday and Secret Wars. So here's what I will say. If you wanted to have Robert Downey Jr. come back for the Avengers, and if you wanted what he's really going to do to be a surprise, then you would need a diversion. You would need a misdirection. Something like having him come out as Doctor Doom and announcing that he's playing Doctor Doom at San Diego Comic-Con. You might then be able to have him film. I'm sure he will play Doctor Doom. Of course. Of course he's going to play Doctor Doom. He's probably going to play Iron Man. It's so predictable what's going to happen. WDW Pro continued. I'm just saying to all of you out there, without getting into the speculation, because again, I do not want to ruin a movie, yet you're saying there's multiple Doctor Dooms, which there was multiple Doctor Dooms on stage. Kind of obvious. I really hope Cillian Murphy plays a Doctor Doom as well. I don't want to ruin a movie for anyone, and that goes against the ethos of the channel. I'm just recommending you that there is more than meets the eye. Basic. Everyone's already said this. And they are trying to say there's huge applause for when you go into the cinema, when you go in and you see those films. Obviously, they're going to film a lot of things away from being outside where the set leaks and stuff come out. Sure, this happens all the time. So if you needed to have RDJ do something fantastic, you need to cover, because you cannot have him film the movie without people knowing about it, he explained. He can't just be a cameo. That's not going to work. And if he's more than a cameo, everyone's going to know. He needs to be on the red carpet, so you need a cover. That's all I'm going to say without going into specifics of what's actually going to happen. Okay then, lad, you don't know anything. If you're not going to come out and say what you know, don't say anything at all, because everyone's already came up with it's the infamous Iron Man storyline, and he's actually Iron Man, and Iron Man's dead, so he takes up the mantle, and Doctor Doom wants to be the good guy because Doom and Iron Man are pretty much very similar. Interesting. Really is. Then this article goes on to say, he alliterated, you don't get paid $100 million to play the villain. If the villain's the main star you do, there is no way that his role is to simply come in and play Doctor Doom, and that's it. Fans have an expectation when he's coming back, and Kevin Feige with the multiverse has an exception. Interesting. Next he shared, we're hearing that Robert Downey Jr. will play one Doctor Doom, that there are other Doctor Dooms in the story. Obviously, there are literally 15 on stage. They've already foreshadowed it. We are hearing that one person will play, potentially, the prime Doctor Doom is someone who might be familiar with many languages. An actor who is strong in many languages, including fantasy language. And Robert Downey Jr. may play Tony Stark, who becomes the hero by his final film in the MCU, and the Doctor Doom Prime may be played by someone who the Russo brothers want so badly. Interesting. Guest Jonathan Watson of TheOneRing.com guessed that the individual was Virgo. WDW Pro confirmed this guess, saying, we're hearing that contractual negotiations may be underway. That's all I can say. Well, all I can freaking say is don't do that, lad. Bring in Cillian Murphy, who was literally in a movie with him where they both won Oscars. Cillian Murphy for the Best Actor, Robert Downey Jr. for Best Supporting Actor, to get them going against each other in Avengers Secret Wars. That would be the best case scenario. But Cillian Murphy said he would only be on board if the script was great, which I don't know what the script is. So I thought this article was interesting, although it doesn't really say much. Everyone knows there's misdirection going on here. We don't know what Doom he's playing. Sure, there would definitely be multiple Dooms. A lot of people online are saying that Doom is really going to be God Emperor Doom, and that's the variation of Doom we're getting. We don't know. We know exactly how it could play out. There's going to be an evil Avengers formed by Doctor Doom from the multiverse going up against variances of the OG Avengers played by other variances of the same characters. And that's most likely how most fans are going to see it happening. We don't know if it is, but it's going to be like prime, god, omnipotent version of Doom whenever the real Doom gets revealed. But it's interesting. We don't know how it's going to play out. But the speculation is great for the Marvel Cinematic Universe fandom for once. People have things to talk about. Is Robert Downey Jr. gonna cameo in the Fantastic Four movie? I don't know, but that rumor's been on Reddit for years. So please don't give creditation to any scooper talking about that, because that is so old. We've been over that multiple times on the channel. Like, that is old. It's not even new. But just because the director for the Fantastic Four said, yeah, I've known who Doctor Doom was going to be, but I couldn't say anything. I had to keep it secret. Yeah, because Doctor Doom is a character who's linked to the Fantastic Four, so why wouldn't he be told? And I really wouldn't be surprised if Doctor Doom was the person who bought the Avengers Tower, or it was Reed Richards or something like that. That would be pretty cool. So like always, guys, we're going to keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest Marvel, DC, Kaiju. I'm going to be posting a lot more content very, very soon. So like always, guys, thank you very much for all the love and support. And I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.